We're getting the late word out of Afghanistan today. Deadly violence. 3 American soldiers were killed in the eastern part of the country in Paktika province. Military officials say an attacker wearing an Afghan army uniform opened fire on the soldiers.
Military court proceedings are due to begin next week for a Guantanamo prisoner charged with orchestrating the attack 13 years ago on the USS Cole. That suicide bombing killed 17 American sailors and wounded almost 40 others. Abd al-Rahim al-Nashiri, once a member of Osama bin Laden's inner circle, is said to have confessed after being waterboarded by the CIA. CBS News senior correspondent John Miller, a former assistant director of the FBI, is here to tell us what to expect from the trial. Good morning to you, John.
Good morning. So what we're going to see here is a hearing that literally goes through a litany, A to Z of issues that have been piling up. That includes, this was supposed to happen in April, and then they have a computer glitch with the computer that the military prosecutors share with the appointed defense lawyers, where certain classified documents disappeared on one side, and then an entire set of defense privilege documents was mistakenly emailed, thousands of them, to the prosecutors. So now they've untangled that to the point where they can get to this hearing and talk about a trial. But in Nashiri's case, and here is the mastermind, allegedly, of the USS Cole plot, which killed 17 U.S. sailors and injured 44 others. This happened in 2000. In his case, the actual trial might not occur from the government standpoint till 2014. The defense may ask for 2015. So if the wheels of justice turn slowly, the wheels of military justice turn slower.
Well, but John, you mentioned this. This happened in 2000. He's been in custody for 11 years. Why is this taking so long?
Well, a couple of reasons, and none of them particularly good. In one case, it's the military justice system, which was kind of used to trying military defendants in military justice cases, that is now trying enemy combatants. This is a system that hasn't been used in that way since World War II, with alleged Nazi spies who were picked up off the coast of Long Island. So it's a rusty system that they've had to many ways reinvent, but not a terribly efficient system in the first place. Remember, in a pure military justice case, we have Colonel Nassan in the Fort Hood shooting. They just completed the hearings on whether or not he would be forced to shave his beard. They haven't gotten near a trial. So if you take the overarching piece here, you've got more than a decade since 9/11. You have scores of defendants down in Guantanamo. You have 3, maybe 4 trials that have been completed. 2 have been reversed. The trial that I testified in when I was in the FBI against Osama bin Laden's bodyguard ended, and he served 6 months after that and was sent back to Yemen. I may have done more time in the airport in that case. He got the time served, which was 7 years, but right. The same defendants, had they been brought through U.S. District Court in New York City before a federal judge, would have been tried several years ago, would have been sentenced upon being found guilty if that was the result, and would already be in prison.
I'm curious, though, we've heard so much about the waterboarding, in particular with this person. How is that going to affect the trial?
Vanita, that is another mess here. Although that would, to be fair, that would have been a mess in federal court too. So what you have is, you have 2 sets of investigations. One was the intelligence investigation, where they used enhanced interrogation techniques like waterboarding. So that was, you've got a clean team and a dirty team. So basically the FBI came in after the intelligence investigations, re-questioned everybody, regathered all the evidence, and that would be the clean team. So this is the kind of evidence you could bring to court. Everybody was read their Miranda warnings and so on. But the defense is going to take the position in these trials, if they were ever tortured, it doesn't matter if they were questioned later by nicer people who were more polite.
The damage is done.
The damage is done, and any statements they made were affected by this, and psychologically, they could have said anything and so on. So it's extraordinarily complicated and not going very quickly.
John Miller, thanks, John.
All right, thank you, John.